Yo, what's up, Knicks fans? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be seeing if I can go undrafted in 2K21 next gen. I've done this one before, but it was on the old gen, and the new gen has a lot more cutscenes. They didn't even try on the old gen 2K21, so I know things will be different, and spoiler alert, it is a lot different. I mentioned an Xbox Series X giveaway in my last video. I'll be talking about that at the end of the video, so if you're interested in that, make sure to stick around for that. But we're just going to hop into the video. So when your goal is to go undrafted, you want to make the worst player possible. Here you see me building Dick Itty Bitty. I made him a 5'7" point guard at 135 pounds with a 5'7" wingspan. Made him as little as possible so he'll get bullied around the court and no one in the league will want him. When it came to filling out his attributes, I didn't put too much time into this. This is a player I'll probably never actually try to use, but he specializes in playmaking and shooting. For his takeovers, I gave him limitless range and spot precision. This man is going to be a school shooter threat from anywhere in the building. He plays like Muggsy Bogues, Kemba Walker, and Kyle Lowry. That's pretty good. I'm not going to put the cutscenes in that you guys have probably already seen before. So hopping into our first game here, my plan is to finish every game with a teammate grade of an F, as many turnovers as possible, and to just bomb threes from wherever I feel like it. Here you can see early on I'm showing off my range, bombing shots. My guy is a former football player, and that really shows on his defense. Here's just more of me getting turnovers, chucking up terrible shots, doing everything I can to draw in as little interest as possible. At this point in the game, I was begging my coach to let me sit down on the bench, running into him multiple times. My biggest accomplishment of this first game is I was inside 5 of the cheerleaders, giving him a higher body count than me. For the rest of the game, it's more of me just getting backcourt violations, which gives me an easy turnover, and still I get to chuck up a shot. Did actually make a shot. This will be probably one of the only baskets I'll make throughout this whole video. Kind of irritating to see that. And for the rest of the game, it's just more backcourt violations, me chucking up shots and tackling every player in sight. I ended up fouling out of the game with 3 points, 9 turnovers, and of course, 5 fouls. We lost our first game by 34 points, which is a pretty good sign. Not many colleges or NBA teams would want to pick up a loser. My second game here against Renfield High, it's more of the same. At this point I was trying to see if you could be blocked by a ref after going out of bounds. Couldn't really get it to work. And if you know the 2K21 My Career storyline, you guys probably know that you're supposed to be injured in this game, you do something to your ankle, and then you have the option to play in the next game and risk your health for the Invitational, or not play and be at full health for the Invitational. So I had a little test here to see if I just stood completely still for the rest of the game if I could not injure myself. This theory worked, as I didn't move an inch for the rest of the minute and a half I was put back into the game. We were probably celebrating our 26-point loss, as that is a better result than the last game, and I probably injured myself in the celebration. But I ended this game with an F teammate grade and 6 turnovers and 4 fouls. Here we are in the third game. As you guys probably know, the storyline goes that you're getting blown out and you don't have the option to play yet. When given the option to play in the game, I say, yeah, I'll go ahead and play. Hopefully by playing in this game, I'll have future underlying injuries that'll make NBA scouts not want me. After giving a motivating halftime speech to my teammates, I went out there and did my thing with a handful of turnovers, and I ended up extending that 14-point deficit to a 16-point deficit before fouling out on an offensive charge. 3 losses in a row. It's looking pretty good for Dick Itty Bitty. I don't think anyone's going to want him in the near future. But here we are at the Invitational, ready to rise my draft stock. And I start the game off by dick tapping Hendrix Cobb, throwing up some pretty good shots, stepping out of bounds, showing off my range again, hug some of the opposing players, put a shot up in the face of all my doubters in the crowd here. Again, more turnovers. Not going to bore you with this, but this is my career high turnover game. And I ended up fouling out of this game by slapping Hendrix Cobb on his thick, juicy ass. We ended up losing by 29 points. That's 4 losses in my high school career. Looking pretty good for me. I dap up my coach for making my high school experience even more depressing than it already was. Here I'm talking to Archie in his pretty sus outfit here. He's asking me if I want to go to college or the G League. I thought the G League would be a better path for me to go undrafted, so that's the route I'm going to be taking in this video. I signed with the Capital City Go-Go for not much reason at all, just the last team on there. I bumped my boy Archie up and we're ready to go do nothing in the G League. I'm greeted by my coach Michael DeSanta from GTA 5, looking like a janitor. He introduces me to the team. I'm pretty much just getting clowned on by all the former 2K players. An interesting little Easter egg, one of the players is Vlad the Impaler, Count Dracula, both nicknames for a real guy named Vlad the Impaler, who actually had 80,000 kills and 20,000 people impaled on sticks during his rule. Very family friendly of 2K. I am playing with a mass murderer. My first game here, I'm doing pretty much more of the same. I'm running out of bounds, getting as many turnovers as I can. I ended up getting pulled out of the game after having 12 turnovers. Coach Michael DeSanta had some harsh words for me and told me to head back to Jersey Shore. Afterwards, we had a pretty homoerotic experience as my boys gathered around me butt naked in the bathtub and gave me a nickname, Soft Serve. This nickname doesn't come after my soft play in the court, but actually my soft play in the hotel rooms, as Dick Itty Bitty has erectile dysfunction. Low blow, boys. low blow. Here you can see my draft stock right now is shown as undrafted, which is a pretty good sign. I'm going to just start flying by these games right now because I do the same process throughout all 10 games, where I just get an F teammate grade, foul out, and have as many turnovers as possible. In my second game, I had a handful of turnovers before fouling out in the first half. After my second game, coach told me that I'm out of the starting lineup, another good sign to see. Third game here, I had 5 turnovers, an F teammate grade, and I fouled out in the third quarter. Coach had to pull out the orange sweater for me to tell me that my playing time is decreasing after being pulled out of the starting lineup, another good sign. If I don't even play in the G League, I can't be drafted, that's for sure. And through the rest of the games, I did the same strategy of fouling out, getting as many turnovers as possible, and have an F teammate grade, as you'll see on the screen here. After our 5th game or so, they pulled up my draft stock in front of all the players. As they told me, there's not much to love about Junior. We don't expect him to be much of a force in the G League, as we expect it's going to be quite some time before he's ready to make that leap into the pros, if he's ever ready. This irritated Dick Itty Bitty, as this led him to take a long, soapy, questionable shower with Vlad the Impaler. And then these next few games, I'm playing maybe 5 minutes a game right now. I'm fouling out. I'm getting as many turnovers as possible, like I said. Here in the Winter Showcase against all the former 2K players, I really had to show out here. In my first game of the showcase, I had a career high 15 turnovers, didn't make a single shot but put up a ton and fouled out early on in the fourth quarter. Here I am in the last game of my G League season. I finished up the game with 6 turnovers, a loss for my team, and I fouled out as usual. But even after such a wonderful season, I still was on my way to go to the NBA draft. I thanked Michael DeSanta for all he's done for me, and he sent me on my way back to Jersey Shore. First things first, when entering the NBA draft, you gotta pick out your outfit. And as tradition states, the goal here is to pick out the worst outfit possible. So I went with the red plaid loafers, the gray plaid pants, and a brown with brown bow tie. My style represents my game of basketball, which is dog poop. When given the option to choose an agent, I took the dumber decision here. I chose Harper Dell because this would show my lack of loyalty to my NBA teams and my NBA agent. My polygamous girlfriends here told me that I'm already in the second round and the exit door is already open, so I really need to show out in this draft process, and as you and I know, that isn't going to happen. When it came to the team interview process, I try to answer all the answers incorrectly as possible. I stated that I have a big personality to hopefully show that I will be a problem inside and out of the locker room. When asked how do I deal with my teammates, I answered I've always been on the best player in my team, so I would expect them to fall in line. That's a complete and utter lie. I've never been the best player in my team at any point in my life. I have scored 3 points throughout my whole basketball career. When asked if I'm the best player in this draft, which I'm clearly not, I answered yes, without a doubt. And then the final question, what's your primary motivation for joining the league? I told them that it's a business, but I play with passion. In other words, it's a business and I don't play with passion. Here in the draft interviews, I saw my chance of answering more questions incorrectly and lowering my draft stocks, so I did just that. When asked to talk about my experience being here in the NBA Combine, I told them that this is a business trip. They stated that making the first round would be a tall order for me, so what's my plan of attack? I told them my game is first round, which again, it is not. I'm not humble. I'm not going to give my maximum efforts. And then the final question, why should a team take a chance on me as a first rounder? I confidently answered because that's where I belong. I'm not even predicted to be drafted in this year's draft. Here they gave me the option of 3 teams that are most interested in me, which was a little worrisome that the Charlotte Hornets, Indiana Pacers, and Detroit Pistons are interested in me. But touche by the Knicks for actually getting their stuff together, not being interested in me this year. I chose the Detroit Pistons. No real reason behind that. Again, here I am meeting with my polygamous girlfriends after they performed an Eiffel Tower on me for good luck with 2 girthy pegs. Here I had an opportunity to talk to Damian Lillard before I go into the draft combine. I've heard that it's a better option to skip this cutscene, so I did just that. Here in the NBA Combine, I showed off my 0-inch vertical in my standing jump and my running jump. Again, here I am just failing more of the drills, doing as worst as possible. My guy forgot how to run here. Kind of resembles Madden. Hopeful thinking that I tore my Achilles here running down 3/4 of the court. When it came to the bench press, at this point I was eating a DiGiorno pizza, and I just watched him do nothing for 40 seconds. I did try with one hand here to mess this up, but I actually did get 1 rep in. Not sure how I just easily benched over half my body weight. Then I thought I'd put up a nice fail just to see how difficult it would be. My guy has noodles for arms. I don't see how he could possibly get up 225 pounds like that. But nonetheless, I finished all my NBA draft combine drills, and I finished dead last in every single competition. When it came to the shooting drills, I had 25 mid-range shots and I airballed every single shot, except the last one, which I threw up a full court bomb and I clunked it off the back of the backboard. At this point here, again, I'm trying to show off some of my strength to the NBA scouts. Here I'm imitating Larry Bird, trying to show off my behind the backboard shot, and I finished off the rest of the drill with more airballs and 0 shots made. Again, another shooting drill, I airballed every single shot, did not score once, and I had to end the drill with a nice powerful move to the basket with a missed layup. Here I wanted to show off some of my ball handling skills when I crossed over some of the rebounders here. I had to show the scouts here, even when I'm double teamed, I can cross over anyone in the league, any rebounder, any ball boy, no problem. Here I am in a 5v5 pickup game with some of the NBA prospects. Now I know in this game you can't foul out, there's nothing you can do. In the recent video, this is where I went off and masturbated to Diamond Jackson. You guys know about that story. I appreciate you being back here again. But then I discovered a little glitch in the game which I had some fun with. You can actually run off the court here, and if I go into player lock mode, I can pretty much see where I'm going. And you can even go as far as running outside of the gym and outside of the map, which leads you into a Google Earth image, I believe. I'm guessing wherever this gym is supposed to be, this is just some random field in the city. I ran around all over the place trying to get a view of everything that I was looking at. I could see a few houses, one skyscraper in the background. At this point, I thought I'd give James Wiseman a little motivation on his bench reps by putting my balls all over his face. And then here with a minute left, I found some of the helpers for the NBA right here. I thought I'd give him a few slaps on the ass. And I left this game giving the scouts something to think about with my dirty shoes and my fishy smelling fingers. One of my girlfriends hits me up, so I didn't get to choose a shoe brand, so of course I chose New Balance because those would probably be some great shoes as I'm playing at my local YMCA. Here in the draft, of course, Hendrix Cobb goes first. Clearly I'm not chosen as a second pick. They go through a handful of names, looking pretty depressed early on in his poopy brown suit. No surprise here, I'm not drafted in the first round. And here we are at the final pick of the draft, and the 60th pick of the NBA draft goes to, not me, but Frank Blake. Thank you, Frank, for allowing me the opportunity to go undrafted and to see what happens next. Hendrix Cobb tells me to keep my head up and recommends that I don't kill myself tonight, which good luck on that. After going undrafted, my two girlfriends meet me and tell me that I'm going to be dropped from the agency and that they will no longer be pegging me in hotel rooms across the country. Very sad news, very depressing moment for Dick Itty Bitty. His life is falling apart right before him, and they send me back to the Black Scarface himself, Archie, gladly takes me back and informs me on our next move, which is to rejoin the G League in hopes that'll be picked up by a team soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Now for the Xbox Series X giveaway. The first place prize is an unopened Xbox Series X that I will ship at my expense. The second place prize is a $70 PayPal gift card, and a third place prize is a $30 PayPal gift card. The details will be written out in the description of my recent Instagram post at Brett Mays, but to enter the giveaway there are 3 steps. 1. Sub to my YouTube channel Frosty. 2. Follow me on Instagram at Brett Mays. And 3. Go to brawlstreet.com and enter your email address and click notify me. After you do these 3 steps, DM me proof to my Instagram at Brett Mays and you will be entered in the giveaway. I will post the winners in a week from when this video is released. Also, no one can win 2 of the prizes. A little bit about the company Brawl Street that is sponsoring this giveaway. It is a stock trading game that was developed by my family and that I will have an ongoing position in the company. It allows you to play against other players using a set amount of virtual money per game that you can buy and sell real stocks in real time in the game, and the winners of each game are the ones with the most money at the end of the game. It is made to help the individual investor make money off of the stock market with higher returns when winning. There are 20/80, 50/50, and top 10 games. For instance, if 10 people play a $10 entry 20/80 game, the 2 top performers will take home 80% of the $100 pot. You signing up for this list isn't going to spam you with emails, but help the company get further developed. Thanks for watching and thanks for all the support. Go ruin someone's day in the comments and maybe in real life. I love you guys. I'll see you next time.